What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to JAC the Trucker, Joshua Aaron Carter. Um, I just wanted to talk about how CDLs are like a life changing choice for me. And before I go any further, remind you, I've had my CDL for fully 2 weeks. I put a video up on my Instagram about how in 2 weeks I've been able to get 9 different job offers. That's without a recruiter. That's just going on Indeed.com, putting my resume up there, adding to my resume that I have a CDL Class A, and it's just been. When I say job offers, I don't mean just I got an email to fill out an application. I mean that I picked up the phone and companies were calling me doing, asking for my information, doing background checks, and calling me back in a couple days, offering me positions. Now, I can't take an OTR position right now because I have a child that's going to be born at the end of March, early April. So, with it being January, I'm decided to take a local job. Now, this may sound crazy to most of us to get into this, but I pretty much got into trucking, A, to become a car hauler, and to two, when I wanted to get my experience, I got into, like, I wanted to get into like delivery driving, like working for Coca-Cola, one of the companies we see with the sliding door side trailers. So I took a job working with Dr. Pepper. I'll start in 2 weeks. I'm just waiting for everything to come back. I'm in a fortunate position that I don't have like a criminal record. I don't do drugs or anything like that. So I never worry about background tests or drug tests and things like that. So that may have had a little bit of an effect of why things were moving so quickly, and I was being blessed with to be able to turn down opportunities. But the point of this video I'm trying to make is I remember 2 years ago, I was at a job. I was working at a call center, and I hated it. I was making $15 an hour, and it was inbound calls. And I don't care what anybody says. Working in a call center is not hard at all. It is not hard work. It's the fact that what you deal with on the other end of the phone call. And someone like me who suffers with anxiety, it was very anxious to get up and go to work every day. And it probably would have been different if I was the one making the calls. But when the calls are just randomly coming in, and you're taking we would take like 45 calls an hour, it was like I said, it was very anxious. So I remember being very depressed in a dark space. I mean, I didn't, it was affecting me so much. I didn't have love in my heart. Like, the only peace that I would get is talking to my daughter at night on the phone, FaceTime. Before that, from like 2006, 7-ish, like in college and like after I finished college, I worked for a retailer, like a really prominent retailer. I don't want to name drop companies, but I had worked my way up that corporate ladder, and I for real was prepared to be like a retail sales manager. And I don't knock any careers. I do not knock any careers because there's people who I personally went to college with who wanted to work for this company and wanted to work their way up the corporate ladder with this company. So to each his own. But I know when things aren't for me. You know, I knew I was just settling because I thought at the time that money was magnificent. I thought at the time it was providing me a lifestyle that I was able to take care of what I had to take care of. But I still had that itch for like entrepreneurship and financial freedom, and I was not getting it, making $915 every 2 weeks. And now, mind you, I'm in management. I got employees working for me that are making 15, 1600 every 2 weeks because they're on straight commission. I took a salary and was making $915 to $930 every 2 weeks. And I really, in my brain, thought that was a lot of money, especially when that bonus came through. I thought, let's go celebrate. No, 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 no. And I finally got to a point where it's no secret, I don't keep it a secret, I've always struggled with my faith and understanding how God plays a role in my life until 2018. You know, I lost my father tragically 6 years ago now. Went through that situation with the kid's mom. Went through all that. Went through some personal struggles. Really found out how bad anxiety and depression played a part in my life. Jumped into entrepreneurship, started businesses. Had a successful landscaping business. I got comfortable. It dropped down here because we were just like spending the money and became lazy and was taking days off and just didn't take it serious. Moved to where I live now, and like I said, 2 years ago, June 2017, I like walked out of that call center job and I went to go start an online fitness business. It didn't work out like I planned it. And the whole time I was sitting there like mad, angry, frustrated, can't focus on anything. My relationship was suffering, dead broke. I mean, I haven't had like my own money in like 2.5 years. Not 2.5, since June 2017. And like a year and a half, I guess. And I was driving to Florida to visit my daughter. She's 8, and like I lived in Florida for 10 years, and moved back to where I live now, Ohio. And I was driving to see her, and I told my girlfriend, I said, I'm about to just go to trucking school, and she laughed it off, not in a dismissive way, but like, where did it come from? It was like 3 in the morning. We were driving. I said, I'm just going to trucking school, and it was something that I just thought, seeing all those trucks out there, driving up and down the road, I felt like God was trying to tap me on the shoulder and say, instead of having you fly to your daughter, I'm gonna have you drive so you can see the opportunities of this country. You can see what's out there, so you can get out of that cubicle, you can get out of that rat race. And if you want to jump into entrepreneurship, this is the lane you need to be in. And that was like June. I went and got my permit in July, that July of 2018, and I got in school finally because I was having some issues back and forth. I said that before. I finally got into a local trucking school here. I did a whole review about 160 Driving Academy on this channel, and I took the class. It took me 3 times to get the test. Like, I knocked out pre-trip first time. I had to do maneuvers twice, and then on that 3rd time, I got everything. So my whole point of this is, like I said at the beginning, 9 legitimate job offers. I mean, where like the company was picking up the phone, calling me, getting our information, doing a background check, but it was OTR. One of them was regional. One of them was like a dedicated route. And I just want to tell you, getting your CDL is so much opportunity out here because there's such a shortage. For one, they're willing to work with anything that you have, that you've dealt with in your past. And it's fun. Like, it's freeing. You're not trapped in one place. With local jobs, people, you'll hear all the negative talk about it. You'll hear everything. But for me right now in my life, it's beneficial for me to be local. After my new baby comes, then it's something to revisit. Like I said, eventually I want to get into car hauling, so I'm going to eventually be all over this country. And how long that'll happen, I don't know. But I'm excited for this opportunity with this company, with Dr. Pepper. I'm excited. It's physical labor, typically, when you got a local job, but at the same time, if it benefits what you need for your lifestyle, I'm not going to knock anybody who does it, especially if you're trying to use it, A, to get that experience, and then B, to be able to continue to control how this journey is going to go for you on your CDL. Again, it's been 2 weeks for me since I've had it. Actually, 2 weeks today since I've had it, and I think it's just the biggest thing that I've ever done in my life. Like, it's bigger than when I got my degree from college. It's bigger than finishing high school. It's just it was because it was a challenge. I mean, it stripped my soul of everything. It took everything for me to not quit after that first week of trucking school. And I know some of y'all who going through school right now are thinking that, like, it's hard. Like, it's hard. Some things it's more than just right turn, left turn, straight. It's more than that. It's a lot. But I'm telling you, if you stick with it, on the other end, your life is going to change. The day they hand you that license, you are now writing the ticket to your life. God has put that calling on you. You need to answer the call. And I'm telling you right now, it will never be the same again. You can literally change your life, your family's life, your wife or husband, girlfriend, whatever, boyfriend. Your kids will be strapped for life. I mean, just look at some of the YouTubers who are YouTube truckers and look at how they living. Like, and it's not even like the material things that they're doing. Like, they're buying trucks, creating legacies, leaving it behind for the generation after them. You know, I'm trying to be a person that can reach my hand out and pull people along for the ride. So if you in Ohio or you're not in Ohio, I don't care. If you want to see how did you stay the course, how the CDL changed your life, man, feel free to drop in the comments, inbox me, email me, do what you got to do, and I will gladly walk you through that. And trust me, it's all about legacy creation on my side. It's all about helping people out on my side. So get them CDLs. And like I said, it ain't even really necessarily about a CDL. If you want to get a real estate license, if you want to go to culinary school, if you want to go to art school, something that you can do that you can build off of and, you know, get in that lane and create your own lane within that lane. You know, it's like, think about it like this. On the highway, you know, fast lane, slow lane, middle speed lane. Somebody came and created the HOV lane, the bike lane. Somebody took part of the highway that was already there and just created their own lane because, wow, wouldn't there be more spaces on the highway if we had a lane just for people with passengers in the car? Or if we had a lane for bike riders, wouldn't that just make the traffic go more smoother? So they created lanes within other lanes. So that's what we have to do. If you want to be the top of the OTR game and you want to have a fleet of trucks, there's information out there for you to find it. It's hard, but you got to find the information. If you want to be the man locally, regionally, whatever, you can do anything you want in this field. So I encourage all of us to try to change our lives. And with that being said, have a great day, have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.